Good evening, friends. Good evening. Now, I really think that we can do better than that. It is, after all, Easter. Good evening, friends. Good evening. That's more like it. Good evening and welcome to Littleport Christian Spiritualists this Maundy Thursday. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for turning out, even though it is technically the beginning of the long weekend for those that get to experience that sort of thing. But thank you so much, of course, for turning out, being here, being part of this wonderful adventure we call spiritualism. And of course, we have Reverend Alan waiting in the wings to give us our reading. I never forgot him this week, bless his heart. And we have everyone at home watching online, ignoring EastEnders, as quite right they should, which is excellent too. And so welcome to everyone online, and wonderful. Now, one of the most important welcomes that we have, of course, with the exception of your good selves, is that each week we have a different medium serving us and proving that life is indeed eternal. And this week, I have the utmost pleasure, nay joy, to welcome one of our own, minister, friend, and all-round good sport. Please give a big Littleport welcome to the lovely Barbara Price, who, as we was discussing last night in another venue that was wonderful, by the way, it's been 25 years. So according to the lovely Joyce, I should just about be all right to be a medium. Only just, though. And I do say that in all good sport. Joyce Goodbert is a wonderful name that I just want to talk. In actual fact, we're gonna talk about her in a minute because I think she's going to be part of the address. I'm in trouble. Of course, one of the most important things that we must do. This is a service of mediumship, and so let's start this evening as we join together in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, Divine Source, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to witness your proof and your truth that life is indeed eternal. As we place this service in your care and keeping, we make the statement as ever that everything we do is in love and truth and light. Amen.
Amen.
And yes, so now is the philosophy bit where we talk about stuff and where Barbara sits there keeping an eye on the clock to make sure that I don't run over, and we'll start yawning at around about 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Either that or she'll just grab a stick and whack me round the head. It's been known. But no, we were talking about 25 years, and that reminded me of, in all honesty, a lovely lady, Joyce Goodbert. I will not be afraid to say, she used to scare the bajinkies out of me. And she would say things that I thought were aimed at me. Some of them were, to be fair, probably. But her way of expressing herself made me sit up and think. And she said once, do you know, and this is the bit about the 25 years, she said, Nick, do you know it takes years and years and years to develop good mediumship? And me being in the way of life for about 6 months at the age of 18 years old, I was a bit nervous. Of course, she was right in one way, the way that she explained later. Communicating with the world of spirit is easy. Communicating with human beings, that's the bit that takes years and years. And she wasn't having a go. Because I'll never forget, a few years later, at the age of 20, I took over as president of the church that I was a member of then. And that week happened to be the week that she was serving as the demonstrating medium. See the eyes, it says it all. And she come up to me and she said, so Nick, what what do you want out of spiritualism then? And I said, well, I'm perfectly happy doing what I'm doing now. You know, I've only just got the job, so I think I'd better do it for a little while yet. But one day, perhaps I'd like to be a minister. And she looked me up and down, and she said, but think about it. You're the president of your church. You already minister to your congregation. It's just a word. And that's when I knew that she actually tolerated, if not liked. And it was a wonderful conversation. And it changed my whole view on how I saw other people. Because it's easy, especially in this day and age with text, with messenger, with email. It's easy to read into what's being said to you and misinterpret it and be on the defensive. Because when you see the written word, it has no emotion. It has no inflection. If I were to stand here and say something with a big smile on my face, you would probably guess that I was joking. But if I were to use those exact same words in a text, you'd think I was probably having a pop. This is the problem we have in this world. Because in this world, in this day and age, we all seek to cleave so firmly onto that which we believe to be right. It's my way or the highway. Nah. We are all part of the Great Spirit. Male, female, and everything in between. Young, old, and everything in between. Physical, spiritual, and everything in between. We are all part of this wondrous jigsaw puzzle that's called life. And we all have our place within that puzzle. Now, if I were to stand over here and describe this hall, I would start with what's right in front of my face and tell you all about this side of the hall and then reach out to that one. But if I was over on this side of the hall, Barry's just checking to see that I'm still in frame. Well done, darling. I did check earlier to make sure that I would be. I would describe what's right in front of my face and work out that way. My friends, it's all a matter of perspective. Everything that we relay, everything we talk about, everything we understand is from our perspective. That doesn't make it right and it doesn't make it wrong. And if the world were just to open its arms a little bit and recognize that everyone's opinion matters, just think of what a wonderful paradise we would live in. It's of course Easter, and it's at this time of the year that, especially today being Maundy Thursday, the Last Supper is what we talk about in Christian tradition. A time when a load of friends, a load of mates, my mate Joshua Carpenter, for those that have never been before, that's my name for Jesus because it's more of an accurate translation than Jesus, but that's another story for another day perhaps. But my mate Joshua Carpenter, he sat down and he had dinner with all of his mates. They'd been wandering around teaching and preaching and learning about mediumship because they were in a development circle. They'd been wandering around doing all that stuff, and they all come together and sat down and had dinner. And it was going to be the last one they had. Here's the thing. When it comes to that story, you'll hear a very different telling from other ways of life. Does it make it wrong? Or does it just make it a matter of perspective? When you talk about the story of creation, there's always similar themes, no matter what religious way of life you walk about in. Does it make them all wrong? That there's differences? Or do we focus on those, those little bits that reflect each other? This is the point, my friends. We spend all of our times arguing about the detail that disagrees rather than thinking, Wow, look at all the stuff that agrees. Isn't that great? This is the problem with religion. There are more denominations of Christianity than there are religions in the universe. And there's 4,000 gods currently named on this earth that are currently practicingly worshipped. So you can only imagine how difficult that is. And they all disagree on the detail. Spiritualism. And certainly, as a Christian spiritualist, I get it in the neck from the Christians, I get it in the neck from the spiritualists, and I get it in the neck from everyone else who don't agree with either of them. Do I care? No. Do I let it worry me? No. Because everyone's got a right to their own opinion and thinking and way of life. But I tell you this much. If we were to all dump the ego and think about those similarities that we all share in all walks of life and drop the arguments about the minutiae of detail, everyone would realise that all of these religious ways of life have a point. And what is the point? Be kind to each other. Be nice. Know that there is a future out there where we cast off this physical form and we can live forever without worrying about taxes. We can stop worrying about homework. We can stop worrying about how much a packet of crisps is going to cost in 6 months. I probably need a mortgage to buy a multi-pack, but that's another story. It's this thing about ego. Ego isn't always necessarily what it's portrayed to be, but I do know what it is, because my friend Joyce Gobbett told me. She said, "Nick, do you know what ego stands for?" And I said, "What's that?" Easing God out. Have a think about that one. And while you do, remember that life is for the living, life is for laughter, upliftment and fun, which is why I occasionally throw a few cheesy jokes into my addresses, much to the chagrin of the world of spirit, who thinks it'd be half the length if I didn't, but never mind. But life is about living, sharing, enjoying and understanding those common experiences that we walk together in. Let's focus more on what we agree on than what we disagree on. And then we won't need to think about the negative in the world, because we will have made the place just that little bit kinder, one step at a time. Thank you all for listening, and God bless you all. Really? Oh, I was just talking about Joyce Gobbett yesterday. There you are, you see. Was it yesterday or today? There you go, you see. So she knew, she was there, she's still here, which is why I have to move on. Otherwise, I'll be in trouble. So, friends, now is the time in our service where we have a reading. See, in the days of old, we used to have the reading first and the address would follow it. But as Spirit know what's going on, we might as well test the spirits, as Paul used to say, and see that Spirit had control of the conversation. And, of course, it's at this time, for those that have never been before, that we say some magic words. And they're really, really easy, and they're not out of Harry Potter. The magic words are, "Reverend Alan, are you there?" And then magically he pops up, just like Caroline. So, hello. So after 3, 1, 2, 3, "Reverend Alan, are you there?"
Certainly am. Good evening, Littleport. Good evening, Reverend Nick. Good evening, Barbara. Sorry, it's only a frontal view tonight. Yes, I do have a reading. Take me back to a simpler time, to a time before the touch of man, a time before cars and telephone lines, when Mother Earth still held command. Take me back to a simpler time, long before the wars began, when bird held dominion over sky, as fish in water swam. Oh, how the times have changed. Since the rise of modern man, we stole dominion from the birds, from the fish, and from the land. We stole dominion from each other with bombs and guns at hand, and sacrificed our brothers just to conquer foreign lands. We built our cars, planes, and trains as we paved our paths across this planet, clearing forests to and fro until the earth could hardly stand it. Will we expend the earth for all its worth, or will we cease our selfish ways? Will we eradicate this world, or will we make a change today? May we set aside our differences as we stand together in this fight to protect this precious planet and return us to the light. Thank you.
Wow. Alan, there you are, you see. Joyce Gabet paid you a visit this afternoon as well.
Yeah, probably.
I hope you made a strong enough cup of tea for you, otherwise you'd have been in trouble.
All right. I don't do
So what
tea.
are you up to, mate?
Well, I'm out detecting tomorrow morning, 8:30. So hopefully the skies will be clear. Not guaranteed, but never mind. We all have a cross to bear. Obviously, I will be with you next Thursday. So a week on Sunday will be the drum circle, which brings me to mind, and I will put a post up. I've decided that the circle actually needs its own individual name.
Oh, good.
So I would like people to put their thinking caps on, those within the circle. Eunice and I have had a couple of suggestions that we've made, but it will be the group that decides what the name will be.
What a wonderful idea. Excellent stuff. Brilliant. So there you are, members of the drumming circle. Get your thinking caps on. Time for a name. Yeah, what a good idea. It does. It's long overdue, actually, that it had a name. That is absolutely right. So yes, thinking caps on, a name for the drum healing circle. It'll probably be a little bit simpler for me to announce it on Thursdays than saying the drum healing circle, so we can call it its name as well. What a brilliant idea. Excellent. Have you had any thoughts on what it's going to be? You're not going to share your thoughts yet, are you? You're going to listen to 3 or 4.
Mine is Mystic Vibes.
Brilliant. Now that's what you call democracy, equality, and working together. Perfect. Love it. Excellent. Well, thank you, Alan. And yes, we do look forward to seeing you right here in this very hall next Thursday.
And could I just, I have put it on the site, but just a reminder, anyone attending the circle, would you please bring a photograph of a loved one in spirit? Yes. We're going to do photo readings after the circle.
Wonderful. Brilliant. Excellent. Well, Alan, thank you very much. And I will see you in less than 7 days.
Will do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Reverend Alan! Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So yes, notices before the healing. A reminder that the workshop is this Saturday, which is £15. That includes lunch, and it's called Advancing the Spirit. That should be interesting. And then, of course, yes, the following week we have got soon-to-be-named Drum Healing Circle. That's brilliant. Simple things. Why did we not think of it a year ago, eh? But yeah, excellent. So Drum Healing Circle the following week. There is one other notice that we have to make an announcement for, because someone in the room is going to have a birthday on Saturday, aren't they, Bethany? So after 3, 1, 2, 3, Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bethany. Happy birthday to you and many more. Hooray! So that's the notices. We're on target. We're on target. Because now, my friends, I'm going to hand over. You haven't got to listen to me all night. We are now going to have our healing part of the service. For those that are new, should you wish to have some healing, just put your hand up. But that will all be properly explained by our healing leader. Tony, take a step forward.
I thought you'd forgotten.
No.
As Nick said, if you'd like some healing, just let me know by raising your hand. Oh, good. No takers. That's it. I'm finished. I'm done. There's got to be.
Would anybody like some healing?
Got to be
Stick your hand up and keep it up.
Look, you're just playing to the crowd now. There's one there. There's one there. So healers, please. 2 in the back.
2 at the back.
Oh, I thought you'd gone for a cup of tea. Are you asking or being a healer? He'd like some, thank you. Darryl, that young man. Oh. Sarah, one more. You're there. You want some healing or you'd like to? You need some healing. Okay. Now we're nearly settled. Healers, prepare yourselves. Get yourselves in the right frame of position and mind. Where communities are formed, communities grow. Where love resides, love grows. And where the need for healing exists, the gift for healing also grows. Central to all ways of life is the need and practice of healing. It transcends regional and practical ways and all walks of life. We join here today to send our thoughts and ask for healing for all those present, all those who will hear these words, and for those who need it. So, Great Spirit, please send healing where it's required. Healers, do your work. Healers, thank you. Pull yourselves back. Thank you very much. Good.
Thank you to Tony. I've just about managed, after a month of this now, of not going to call him Reverend Tony, because I would get a slap if I did. But of course, thank you. And thank you to all of our healers and everyone, just wonderful, well done. And so now, on time as well, we hand over this evening to our medium. If Barbara should come to you, please answer in a clear voice, yes, no, or don't know. Don't feed the medium, she'll bite your hand off. But most importantly, have a wonderful evening and give a big, raucous and loving welcome to our very own Barbara Price.
Thank you. Okay. Good evening, everybody. I think you've all seen me work, haven't you? So that's fine. Lovely. I know where I'm going. Can I come here, please? Can I come to you? I'm very, very much aware Dad is in spirit, please. Dad is here. Okay. I just feel as though that I want Dad in the spirit world. But if it's not your dad, it's your granddad. So it'd be your dad's dad. All right. And it's as though that and as he was actually talking to me, it's as though that I want healing being given to Dad. All right, it's as though that either he's not been very well, or he's been on some type of medication, or he's getting to an age where he's got a few aches and pains. Either way, it's as though that his father is giving his son some healing from the spirit world. I'm also very, very much aware of lots of changes coming in for you as well. And it's as though that you are talking to the angels quite a bit at this moment, and you're asking them to come really, really close. I want to say to you, it's as though that the angels are there, and it's as though that they are very, very much giving you a lot of healing also, all right? And Mum is in the spirit world, because I know that she's very much here as well, and she's just rubbing your head at this moment, and it's as though that she's saying that things will work out. Have faith in yourself, all right? And also she's around your children as well, and it's as though that she's very much very, very close to this little one here, and it's as though that he's very much aware of this energy around. And, whether he talks about it or he shows you, I don't know, she's not telling me, but he's very, very much there she's very much there with him. Also is that, are we doing some decorating or doing some changes, or you wanted to do some decorating? Yeah? Okay, because I'm just very, very much aware of changes around you, and I'm just very, very much aware of colour coming there as well. I do know that you're a healer, but at the same time is that don't forget to give yourself healing as well. We do tend to give it to others, but we forget ourselves. We're all that way inclined anyway. So, but at the same time, knowing it's there. I just feel a little bit confused here with yourself. I'm not saying that you're losing it or anything, but I just feel as though there's a little bit of confusion. There's so much going on. And you just can't get it together up here at the moment. I want to say you need quiet time. All right, you need quiet time, and it's as though that you really, really need to be switching off, okay? And maybe just putting yourself in the cupboard somewhere, and just saying, this is my room, and that's this is where I need to be. But at the same time, when you've got a family, it's not always an easy thing to do, but you have to find that time. Find that time for you. I don't know if it's your knees, but I'm just very, very much aware of somebody suffering around the knee area here on the earth plane. And this is your lovely man, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Because I just feel very much as though there's a lot of things going on. All right, lots of things going on. He doesn't always listen. All right, he doesn't always listen, but at the same time is that he does, but he does it in his time. All right, in his time. I just feel also is that things are changing, and they're changing for the better. And that's, I know it's your birthday, because I know this is your grandmother who's saying happy birthday to you also. And if she was here, I'm sure she would have baked you a cake. All right, because I know that she's putting a candle on a cake, so I know that she liked to bake. Also is that I feel with her, she was quite clever with her hands as well, or whether she liked to sew or to draw or to knit or whatever. She's not showing me. All I know is that she was quite busy, very busy with it. I just feel very much as though there's some jewellery that belongs to her here on the earth plane, and it's not being worn. Something is not being worn. Okay. All right. As long as you understand, and she's saying, oh, if you wear it and you bring it closer, I come closer. All right, I come closer. Also, is that I know that you all wear glasses, but at the same time, if somebody's due to go to the opticians, and I've also got dentists around you as well. I've got dentists around you as well. All right. Also, there's a key to a door. All right. So either somebody is very clumsy with keys, or somebody is wishing to move. All right. So just know I've given it to you. All right. And it's as though that, but I just feel as though that I want to hang these keys up. Okay, it's as though that I want to hang them up. If it's as though that you hang the keys up and he gets them either way, but I just feel as though I want to hang them up, all right? And I do want to say to you as well is that your mother's stamping her feet, all right? Enough's enough. Enough's enough, all right? And know that you can achieve it for yourself, all right? Quiet time. Quiet time is needed for you, all right? Take their love, take Dad's love, or Granddad, I should say, and just very, very much aware of that. Leave that, so bless you. Can you come here? And as I'm there with you, I just feel very much, I want to make you smile, all right? I want to make you smile. I do feel there's been a lot of tears around you. Would you understand that? And I just feel as though that I want to give you a box of tissues because you're due as every one of them. All right. I also want to say I want to bring some upliftment there, very much around you as well. I do want to say that I do feel with yourself is that. Like I said there, somebody's not listening. I just feel that's very much around you as well. There's somebody who's not listening to you, all right? And I do feel that you really, really need to be sharing this. All right? All right. Are we related? No. Okay. Okay, got tissues? Okay. I do feel also is that I'm very much aware of a beautiful dog sitting here. All right. I'm not saying the dog belongs to you. All I know, the dog is there for comfort. All right. Also, is that I just feel with yourself is that mum is in spirit. Mum is here. I want her mum, which will be your grandma then. All right. Because I just feel very much a mother vibration. And mother vibration is very, very much there with you. All right. And I also want to say that you need to be mothered. You need to be mothered. You need to be given these hugs and kisses, all right? I want to say that also is that you've been let down big time, all right? You've been let down big time, and I want to say that your nan is there. I will be there, and I will hold your hand. I will give you your guidance. And hospital, why do I want hospital with you? Either somebody's attending a hospital, or you've been going to the hospital or visiting somebody within a hospital. If it's no, that's fine. I'll just hit you. That's what I got the stick for. I want to say to you is though that I'm just very, very much aware of the hospital. So no, I've given it to you. I'm not saying that you're going into hospital, but at the same time, I'm just very much aware of hospital. It could be just going to the doctors. All right. And also is that Would you also understand somebody who had a stroke, please? A male. Pardon?
He may have done, I'm not sure.
Okay, because I just feel I'm very much aware of somebody who had a stroke. But I also got a heart condition here as well. All right. You also would understand that I have a gentleman here that loves you in the spirit world. All right, because he's very much here. All right. I'm nowhere but here. All right, and it's as though he's getting holding your hand and holding your hand. Thank you. He's saying thank you to you. I also want to say to you is that too soon. All right, too soon. Too soon. And it's as though that I could carry on bringing it through and breaking your heart. This is not what I'm all about. I just want you to know that he's here and he wants to love you. All right. And but I also want to say to you is that he's putting his angel wings around you. And that's what's important. His angel wings are around you. All right. Who's John, please? I just give you the name. It's not proof of survival, but I just give you the name, John. And also is that I want paperwork around you as well. So I just feel there's some correspondence you need to be doing or getting on top of some paperwork. All right. Don't keep pushing it to the side. All right. I want to say get it out of the way, and then you won't have to worry about it. All right. It's a constant reminder. All right. And you don't want to be reminded. All right. But at the same time, all will be well. All will be well. I keep looking up at those the windows up there, and I just feel as though that you keep looking out the window. All right, but you're not looking at anything particularly. You're just looking.
Yep.
You're just looking, and it's as though that you just look, and then you think, so why am I doing this? And you don't know. All right. I just want to say to you, there's a lot of healing and a lot of understanding from the spirit world. All right. But it's as though that know that those within the spirit world is very, very close there around you. He is giving you his love. But saying thank you. Saying thank you. Know that he's there. And I leave that with you. So bless you. Okay. Really good. Okay. I'll stand in the middle, Barry. Okay. Where are you going? Where are you going? Linda, can I come to you, please? And I'm very, very much there with you. I have Francis here, all right? And he said, I suppose I better come in and say hello. And but at the same time, it's as though that he does come around me quite often at this moment. And as though that he's very, very proud of you. Very proud of you. And it's as though that stop worrying, all will be good. All will be good. Okay, all will be good. And also is that I want to say to you is that as you should be aware that he's there with you now. All right. And he's saying, stop worrying. Stop worrying. And it's as though that I am here, talk to me. He said, I may not answer you, but I will give you a sign. So I don't know whether he's given you the signs already or just asked him for that sign. It could be his initials on a car. It could be like maybe flowers in the garden that you're wanting to grow. I want to give you daffodils because I just feel very much daffodils are very much there around you also. It's time for you to go to the opticians. Okay, so that I just feel as though I want to take the glasses off and I want to put different glasses on. All right. All right. I've also got a lady here, and I know it's your mum. All right. And Francis is saying I've got my mother-in-law here. All right. He said, I'm in trouble now, he's saying, but he's laughing. I just feel with Francis as well that as your mother is coming closer, and it's as though he's stepping to the side to allow her to come in, I do feel quite a strong lady, strong-willed lady. Would you understand that with her? And who's Mary, please? It's your middle. I was just going to say, if it's not the first name, it would be somebody's middle name. And also is that I know it's Maundy Thursday, and I know it's like coming through to Easter. But it's as though I do feel that your mother would be quite into Easter. Would you understand that? And it's as though that she would love to maybe go to church on Easter Sunday. And I just feel with her is that she would believe in her God, all right? And I do feel the way she's standing is though that she would have had her own little Bible as well. I feel as though that I want to put like some gloves on my hand as well. So I do feel that she would have worn maybe gloves to go to church, and she would have dressed up as well, because that was the day that you dressed up to present yourself to her God. I do feel with her is as though she's not telling me what religion she is or what church she went to, but at the same time is that she's saying that it doesn't matter, because we know within the spirit world there's only one God. Okay. Also is that, who's Ethel, please? She said, because I've met up with Ethel. All right, I've met up with Ethel. And also, who used to play the organ? Okay, because I have about 3 or 4 ladies here, and one of them is really going at the organ here. And they're all singing. They're all singing, so they would love to sing in a church. And also, a lovely name was Cynthia. Cynthia, a wonderful name, Cynthia. And also, oh, bless you. Mum is saying that you've got a lovely home, my lovey. You've got a lovely home. She said, I often walk around it, and she said, lovely home. And she just looked at Francis and said, a lovely home, Francis. And he went, yeah, I know. Didn't I work hard, he's saying. And he's laughing. He's just gone like that. And it's as though he's saying, oh, well, Father Christmas will be here soon. And he's laughing. Okay. At this moment, it's as though that he's very, very disappointed in. He was very proud of the uniform he wore. And he's saying that I'm pleased I don't wear it now, so I'm very disappointed that somebody could use our uniform in the way they had done so. And he's very disappointed about that. And he said, I often listen to the news, I often see what's going on. And he's saying that it would never have happened in my day. Did he used to ride a bike?
Yeah, you have done.
Okay, because he's saying, well, I'm just going off on my bike now, all right? He's saying, I love you, my darling. I love you, my darling. And he's just given you a bunch of croissants. All right, a bunch of croissants, and also he's saying just put the hot pot on and eat a decent meal. All right, so put a hot pot on and eat a decent meal. I will be in your dreams always, my darling, and always know. I'll leave that with you and say bless you. Okay, right. Okay, where are you going? Okay. Hello. Okay. I want to say, as I look at you, you appear to be a very strong character. But I want to say that you have a heart of gold. All right? And I do want to say to you that as much as you look as though that you're strong, I want to say that you're as soft as putty. All right? I want to say also is that the love that you hold in your heart, you share with everyone. All right. Mummy's spirit, please. Okay, because Mummy's saying, that's my girl. That's my girl. Not very keen on the tattoos you have. But she says, you're not going to take any notice of me, are you, my love? But she's very, very proud of what you have achieved and what you can still achieve. Also, as much as I'm saying that you're very, very caring and very loving, I also want to say to you is that you suffer with a little bit of anxiety, please. Worrying unnecessarily. I'm making everybody cry tonight. That's not good, is it?
Putting it down. So
Okay. I want to say that you are aware that your mum loves you very much, aren't you? And it doesn't matter who you are and what you are. You're my girl and I love you. I want to say that there's been a lot of letdowns around you. So I just feel as though that you've been let down. But you never let yourself down. And that's what's important. That's what's important. I also want to say to you is that you are very, very connected to spirit. All right? Whether you work with spirit or you don't, it doesn't make any difference. It's as though spirit is very, very much there with you. And it's as though spirit is wanting you to know that they will always look after your path. Always look after your path. I just feel at this moment, I feel lonely. So I don't know whether you're on your own and this is how you feel lonely. But I just feel as though that you could be lonely in a crowded room at this moment. All right? Because this is how you feel. Changes, changes are there. What I want to say to you is as these changes are there, these changes will make you stronger. But you have to ask for them. You have to want them for yourself. All right? Okay. Who's David? David? I'll just give you David. Don't worry about the names. But also, would you understand somebody who had a motorbike? Or somebody got a motorbike? Pardon?
I used to have one.
You used to have one. Okay. Because I'm just very, very much aware of the motorbike. All right? I also want to say to you is that there's a lot of sadness in your heart at this moment. So I do know that at this moment you're grieving. All right? I want to say also is that with this grieving, it's as though that this is why spirit is so close with you. I feel a female here in the spirit world around you as well. All right? And it's as though that she's coming forward and wanting to hold your hand. And it's as though I just feel that with the transition with this female, it's as though that she went over very quickly. I do feel that she was quite poorly, but her transition was quick. Do you want me to stop? Just tell me. Would you understand this person loves you? Okay, lover. I want to say that she's very private, and also so are you. So she's not saying very much to me here, but all she's saying is that I love you. All right? And I'm always there. And I will help you to heal your heart. She says, you're not looking after yourself, are you? Hey. She said, I should just come down and give you a kick. All right? And it's as though you're not eating properly. But it's as though I want to say to you is that if you're not eating properly, you're going to catch lots of coughs and colds and everything. You don't cough anyway. But you don't smoke, do you?
Occasionally.
Occasionally. She didn't smoke. She smoked or she didn't smoke?
He did once.
Well, she's telling me she didn't smoke, so she's telling me a fibber. All right? But I want to say that but at the same time, I don't feel a heavy smoker. But at the same time, as I want to say to you is that maybe you should be thinking about not smoking. Who used to be the boxer?
My dad.
In the spirit world? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, because I'm very much aware of a man going like this with me. All right? And it's as though that also a private man. All right, also a very private man, as though that I just feel all those that are around you are so private. And so they don't want to say anything about themselves. They're just totally here for you. All right? I don't know who Jerry is, but I want Gerald, not Jerry, Gerald. I want Gerald. Somebody who knows. Okay. And who used to play darts? I've got a gentleman throwing darts, and he was a good dart player. Okay. I want to say to you also is that there's a door around you that's not shutting properly. All right? Yeah. So either a door within, maybe a car door, or a door within the house. Hey, it's not shutting properly. Keep yourself busy and get it sorted. Get it sorted. Just there's nothing's important at the moment. Nothing's important. I want to say that very close with you. Lots of love coming there. Mum is also there in the spirit world, okay, because they're all just walking in. I want to say more there than what you have here now. There's more over in the spirit world, but I want to say they're very, very close around you, very close. Lots of love being given, lots of love. And you couldn't have done any more than what you did. So stop feeling guilty. You couldn't have done any more. So she's saying, stop feeling guilty. Because you gave me life. And she's saying, I love you. I leave that we can say bless you. You're welcome. Sad night tonight. Don't look at that. Okay. Where are we going? Esther, can I come to you? All right. All right. I just want to say to you is that they're giving me a ladder. All right. I don't know why they're giving me a ladder at the moment. It's very symbolic at this time. And it's as though that they're putting a ladder up against the wall. And it's as though that either you've been climbing a ladder or maybe you need to be climbing the ladder of success. All right? So wherever you are at the moment, I just feel as though that you should be a bit further up than you are. I just feel as though that it doesn't matter, you won't fall, you won't go down the ladder, you can only go up the ladder. I want to say also lots of changes around business as well with you at this time, all right? There's changes that you want. I do feel that you really, really need to maybe express yourself a little bit more. You have a good tongue, so you really need to express how you feel and what you want. You're a good mother, and at the same time is that okay, bless you. And I got your mum here, and she's saying that I brought you up to have principles, and never lose them. And it's as though that I went very quickly, and she said, you're still holding me very, very much here. And it's as though that you really don't go forward, all right? But at the same time, she's saying, you go forward, then I can go forward also, all right? And then I can heal, then you can heal. She's so proud of you, but loves him. I love you too, all right? I wish I had a head of hair like that. Did she? And but it's as though that she loves you so much, and it's as though she's watching all your achievements. She's actually saying thank you to me because I love you, all right? And that she's actually saying here is that he's going to really, really go far. I also want to say that where school is concerned, he could do better. All right? Where school is concerned, he can do better. He has the ability, but put him on drums and whatever, and this is where he wants to be. But he doesn't realise to play the drums and everything else that comes in, you still have to have an education to achieve what you want. Otherwise, you'll get people doing you out of things. I do feel he's quite a clever here, and he's clever in business as well. So he will achieve so much. I want to say that he won't do it on his own because he has a grandmother in the spirit world that is very, very clued in. And I want to say that I brought my family up in the only way I could. I went without to give. And at the same time, she said life was hard, but we had fun. And that's what it's all about. Who was the clown? You understand that? Because it's as though that I'm seeing very much a clown. And also, I also want to give you, Gibraltar. Now, I know that's over in Spain, and but I want to give you Gibraltar. And it's as though that Gibraltar, it's as though somebody was in the army or the Air Force. Would you understand that? Was they based, would you understand if they was based in Gibraltar? Okay, because it's as though that I'm just very much aware of a gentleman in the spirit world and he's got wings on his chest. All right? And also is that, and also is as though that he's also talking about somebody that went down in a plane. So it's as though that, not him, but it's as though that he has memories of somebody that passed away in a plane. Frank? Who's Frank? He's talking about Frank. Dad is also in the spirit world. Okay, because I just feel that this is coming from your dad. All right? And also is that I want to be tall, your dad. So I know that your height is your dad, because he just wants me to stand up a little bit. And he's very strong, very determined, and nobody could pull the wool over his eyes. All right. I've got a cap on his head as well. Either he wears a cap. Do you wear a cap? Okay, because as though that he's got a cap on his head and he just got it and he just put it on your head. All right. But one of those Peaky Blinder ones, you know, the big ones, and it's as though that he just plonked it on your head there. And also is that I've got horses here around him as well, whether he had horses or whether there's been horses in the family. Also is that new shoes on your feet represents new beginnings. So there are new beginnings there for you. At this moment, things are slow, but things will speed up. I'm not a fortune teller, but he will give you 6 months guidance. And I do feel from now, maybe August or September time, things will be twisted. And aim for August, September, and you're thinking, what Barbara said. And that's the beginning. All right. Dentist, I gave dentist over there, but I feel dentist around you as well. You've got 2 girls or 1 girl? 1 girl. So you only got 2 children? 2 boys? Okay. I just feel I want a female, so I have seen your daughter, but I just feel uni with her, so I just feel as though that quite a good scholar. But at the same time is that she will go on to uni. And there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. She's a scholar and she will go forward. I'm not seeing him going to uni. No way, no chance. As soon as he can leave school, he will be leaving. And but at the same time is I just feel as though that he knows. He knows. And I want to say that you're a vegetarian? Okay, vegetarian around you. Somebody's veggie, yeah? Yeah? Okay, I just feel somebody's a really fussy eater, all right, of what they eat, all right? And also is that Vera? Okay, I felt Vera in the spirit world. And also is that I also want to give you Mavis. Mavis in the spirit world, not here, in the spirit world. Now, we are talking about holidays, yes? I want to say that holidays, I do feel that I want to say to you is that I'm very much seeing an aeroplane around you, so I do feel that you really need to be thinking of having a break. I've also got a parrot in the spirit world, a grey, what they called grey, thank you, an African grey, all right, and it's very, very naughty, right, it swears. Right, so somebody used to swear at it, and it used to repeat. Your daddy's saying, well, I taught you well. Mine a bird. Yeah. Okay. I also want to say to you is that Dad is very close around you. He loves you very much. But your mum's just looked at him and said, not as much as I did. All right. And she had the love of her children. And she also had the respect. But I do want to say that your mum and dad, the children had respect for them both. Because they both went without to give. And your dad is saying is exactly what you do, my love. You go without to give to your children. I brought you up well. But always, always remember, happiness always begins within one's heart. And you have a lovely unit there. All right, a lovely unit. And Dad has got a tear in his eye because he's so proud of his family. So take his love and take your granddad. All right, do that and say bless you. Okay, can I go to the lady behind? Are we family here, please? Okay, because I just feel very, very much aware of family. I have a rainbow there, so I know there's family there. I also want to say that who's having a baby or who's had a baby? Who's talking about having a baby? Are you talking about it? You don't want any more? No? Have you not long had one? Pardon? Okay, because I just feel very much a baby, all right? So if you don't want any more, I'll take it away. I want to say that just very, very much aware of a baby here. Also, is that you smoke, please? You smoke. Okay, you've got to give up. You do know that, don't you? Okay, and it's as though that smoking isn't doing you any good. And you know it, but you still put it in, all right? But at the same time is that I just feel as though I want to be around your breathing, all right? Also is that I want to go around your lungs, so there's a lot of healing being given around your lungs at this time. Nothing's going to happen, it's just that you know that you have the cough, okay? So and if you get a cold, you get that really hacker, don't you? So just look after yourself. Okay. Right, caravan. Where's the caravan? Somebody going on a holiday to a caravan, or somebody's living in a mobile home or lived in a mobile home. I just feel as though they're talking about caravan here, or somebody's lived in a caravan but moved into a home. Would you understand that? Okay. If you didn't, I'd go back and ask a bit more. Also, is that this is your daughter or granddaughter? Daughter. Your granddaughter, yeah, I thought it was granddaughter. Is that your daughter? Yeah. Who's wanting a dog? Who's talking about wanting a dog? Yeah, have you already got two? Yeah? You don't want any more? So I'll send it back. You've got another one coming. Yeah. Okay, I want to say to you is that if you see me again, you're going to say, I've got that dog, all right? And I just want to say I'm seeing another dog there with you. Also is that please look after yourself. look after yourself. I just feel very much I want to wrap you up in cotton wool for a little while. It's as though either you're not being very well or you're just really, really tired. And I know your daughter's there, but at the same time is that I don't mean to be rude, not talking to you, but at the same time is that I just feel it's either you or your daughter suffers a little bit of anxiety. Yeah. And she's unable to express herself. And I do hope that she gets great relief from able talking to mummy or talking to grandma. And it's so important because how old is she? 13? 11. And she's not at seniors yet. Oh, she is. So she's getting the anxiety from there. All right, and I just feel it's too much for her, and it's hit her like a train. And we all look forward to going into senior, but at the same time, we never know what to expect when we get there, and it's really, really hit her. And but she's not able to put her hand up and say, "Well, can I have help?" And she really needs to be able to put her hand up and say, "Help me, please." All right. Half of the homework that they have, I wouldn't be able to do it anyway. But at the same time is that how do they expect an 11-year-old to do it? I do want to say that also is that she can give as good as she takes. All right, so she's got a good mouth on her. All right. But at the same time is that I don't know whether she's been bullied. If she has, I want to say to you is that needs to stop. That's where her anxiety comes from. All right. Okay. Your mother in spirit, my darling. Okay, because I know I've got, she said if I was here, she said I'll be at that school and I will be giving them. All right. She said I won't be speaking to them. I'll be using my fists, she's saying here. You don't do that to my family. She's not a very big lady here, but believe you me, she's got a good fist on her, hasn't she? And no way would she have that done to her family. No way. And she's saying, well, don't worry, I've got that in hand. She said, they may not feel my punch, but she said, believe you me, I will be putting it in place. Oh, love her. Okay. She loves her. She really loves her. Yeah. So she knows your mother, yes. So she knew her great nana. Yeah, and I do feel that when we lose our grandparents, it's your nan, but her great nan. But at the same time, when we lose them, it's a great loss because we lose all that, ancestry there. And your mother has got so much to tell. So much to tell. You have the stories, share the stories. I do want to say that she's very clever, your daughter. All right. And that's why she gets bullied, because she's clever. I also want to say to you is that you have 2 other children. And so you've got 3. Is that 2 girls and a boy? Yeah. The boy is the baby. Yeah. Okay, because your nan is holding the baby. Okay, so she loves the boy. And I also want to say to you is that your dad is in spirit also. He's still with us. All right, because I've got a gentleman with her. It must be her dad then. So it would be your granddad. And would you also understand your granddad working on the land? Or had a little, like maybe a small holding? Or an allotment? Yeah. Your dad here on the earth plane, has he got green fingers? Does he like to work in the garden? No, he don't. No, he just likes to sit on his bottom. Yeah, I just feel very much the way this gentleman is talking, it's as though that either he worked the land or he had an allotment, but it's as though that I just feel as though he had green fingers. And I've got a cigarette here as well. All right, it's as though that it's one in, one out, one in, But he used to roll his own. All right, and he liked to have a drop as well. All right. Not a heavy drinker, but he'd like to have a drink. I want to say as doors are shutting around you, you're closing doors. All right, and it's as though that closing doors is making decisions. All right, and as you make those decisions, make them for yourself. All right, you need to be. I want to say that you really need to be putting somebody in their place in a nice way. All right, in a nice way. If you do it by shouting and yelling, all you do is hurt yourself. So you really need to do it in a way that's comfortable for you. All right. At this time, I want to say that the family is like this. It's like up and down. You like your armchair. All right. That's where you're most comfortable, sitting in your armchair. And it's as though that you're not working. You still work. And but when you come home from work, you sit in your armchair and think, oh, that's it. Who's a nurse or a carer? A nurse or a carer? Nurse. Okay, you're still a nurse, please. Yeah. Okay, because I'm seeing nursing and caring, same thing. But at the same time is that my guide is saying thank you to the angel. Okay, you're always there. The things that we can't do. So my guide is saying thank you for that. I want to say that also you're talking about losing weight. All right. It's only talk at the moment. But at the same time, it's because you eat strange times that you're always fighting a battle of losing weight. With your daughter, does she like to dance? Yeah. Would you understand? Would you understand somebody that's singing and dancing? Yeah. And who does the martial arts? Okay, because I've got martial arts here as well. I gave boxing over there, and I'm seeing somebody doing boxing as well. All right, yeah. So it's all sport, yeah. And also with that, would you also understand somebody passed in the spirit world a problem with their head? It's either a tumour or a head injury. It's either a tumour or a head injury. They went very quickly. It's as though that it's a male, and I just feel very confused around this person that's coming forward. They're not giving me anything, they're just giving me confusion here, all right? And but they went very quickly. Terry, who's Terry, please? On the earth? Yeah. I just feel that the person is around him, either his family or... would you understand it? Okay, lovely. Because I just feel as though I'm very confused here. And I said, well, just give me give me an idea. And he just said Terry. And Terry's a good man, all right? And he said, yeah. He just went, yeah. His mother, Terry's mother, is in spirit, all right? Because she said, thank you for looking after my boy, all right? Because he can be difficult. And she said, but it was always difficult as a child. She said, just give him a little bit kick up the butt, and he just kick it in order. And she's really laughing. Deaf? Who's deaf? Who's lost would you understand somebody who's got problems or lost their hearing? And also I want to say that we're a long way from Christmas, but at the same time, I want to give you a Christmas cracker, all right? And it's very symbolic, as though that it doesn't matter whatever you pull out of a cracker, all right? So there's so many wonderful things happening or going to happen, all right? So there's new beginnings there. So I wish you all the very best for 2023. Enjoy it, all right? And say bless you, okay? Finished? Oh, really? I'm sorry. I'm still raring to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Barbara Price!
It's the same as last night.
I know. Well, I mean, you were so away with it, you didn't even take a breath at 15 minutes, so I didn't get a chance to tell you. And for anyone, before you do that, for anyone who has ever listened to me talking about mediums drinking water, I never filled it up once. I say no more. No, didn't fill it up once. Not until, actually, at the beginning, but... You know. Oh, I know. I did get through it quite a bit. And on that note, friends, I'm sure we can all agree that was... Sorry for the minor interlude between us there. You know, we do that. A big thank you to Barbara for a wonderful demonstration. I've just got to share a couple of things because it's quite ironic. Whenever me or Mum gets a message, I like to give back the evidence to the congregation. And Mum's side of the family was Salvation Army. Just round the corner here, they were in what was the Sally Army Hall. And actually, I actually once spoke to my dad about becoming a police officer. And he told me that if I did, it'd disown me because it's changing too quickly and I don't like the way it's going. So there we are. I like to give back the evidence, you know, when it comes our way. So I'm sure we can all agree to this. A big thank you. Barbara Price. Wonderful. And thank you to everyone at home who's been watching with us. We're going to have a closing prayer in a minute and then we will let you get back to your reruns of EastEnders. Or if you're like me, there's only another 3 hours before we get the download on Amazon of the next episode of Picard. I will be watching. I've been avoiding spoilers all day because it plays on Paramount the night before. But a big reminder, of course, that this week, yes, we have the workshop, £15 in this very hall, includes lunch. We're doing jacket taters again, which will be nice. And Mandy's making some bits and pieces to go with it, and I've had my destruction. So if anyone else wants to chip in, that's fine too. The following Sunday, of course, the soon-to-be-named Drum Healing Circle. Do you know what else it needs? It needs a logo. I've been sitting thinking of ideas. And I'll do that for you. I'll do that. I've got a few ideas. I'll make you loads of different variants. And then you can pick aspects and elements and we'll just smish it in there. There you go. So there's that. Of course, it is the Easter raffle. So we have got shed loads of chocolate. And Bully's not so special prize this week is a lettuce. I keep trying to find a pineapple, but they're as hard to find these days as sweet peppers. So, you know, and to be able to buy a frozen bag of sliced peppers these days is negligible. So I'm having to not be lazy and chop them myself. But yes, we've got an actual Easter egg there. But, my friends, of course, Bully's special prize. Encaustic art made by our lovely Hannah herself. And even Mum's chipping in with a song to add to it as well now. This week's is I've Got the Power, Snap, and A Spaceman Came Travelling, Chris de Burgh. Did I get that right? Good. Yeah. And we have the 3 colours this week of purple, dark blue and gold. And you can use this to get yourself a reading, of course. Look at the various different patterns, the way they come out. In fact, we were trying to find Mum's... what are they called again? The I was saying it several times yesterday. It's not premonitionary, is it? Your cards, mother. Well, they're lovely cards made by... Pardon? They're cards made by Emily Baker, a friend of mine. And she made them out of encaustic art. So maybe you should think of that, something like that as well, Hannah. But this is this week's gorgeous specimen. And so if you want your own copy, in case you don't win in the raffle, just go to around about 1 hour and 25 minutes in the video and press print screen. You've got your own copy that you can have. But yes, somebody will win this as Bully's special prize in the raffle too. And then after that, of course, we're going to have tea and coffee, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of chatting as well tonight. But I just want to thank you all so very much for being here, for being part of this wonderful journey. It really, really, really does mean a great deal, makes a huge difference, and God bless you all. So let's join together and close this evening in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, we thank you truly for this chance to come together, to lift the veil, to see the world of spirit for what it truly is, a place of light, upliftment, laughter and love. We thank you for the opportunity also to truly demonstrate that wonderful gift of the living Spirit, to come together with compassion, kindness and joy, to demonstrate that the human race can be as one. And let us, Great Spirit, take that message out to the world in our week and in our days that come ahead until we can meet again. That we are one, and that when we are in difficulty and strife, we do not need the mountain to be moved. We just work together with that strength to climb. And so until we meet again in your name, everything we do will be in love and truth and light. Amen.
Amen.
Well, friends, a big thank you to you all. A big thank you, of course, for the healing, and Tony for leading the healing. Thank you to Barry for looking after the camera. She was gentle with you this week, weren't she? Bless you. And thank you all so very much. I say it 1,000 times, I'll say it again. This church is not its bricks, its mortar, it's not the camera, it's not the cross, it's not the logo. It's you. This is your church. So make use of it, and also make suggestions if you've got them. Because that's how we end up doing different stuff. That's where the healing has been increased. I mean, let's face it, it takes a role of its own. You turn up one week, and next thing you know, it's let's give a name to the drum healing circle, and why not? It's just a really brilliant idea. So it's yours, do with it as you will, but do remember to stay behind for tea, coffee and refreshments. We do have juice as well if people don't like caffeine. But friends, thank you. So it's time to say, of course, good night to everyone at home. But before we do that, one final big thank you. My friend, Barbara Price. And so from everyone here to everyone at home, after 3, 1, 2, 3, good night, and God bless you all. Over to you, Maestro.